no. What organization is Southside Chicago?
There's many organizations. What you mean?
No, I'm talking about a major national or international organizations.
Tatum, just because you have 34 chapters doesn't mean they all.
No, bro. You talking about just because you in the South Side of Chicago don't mean that you're doing anything.
Okay, so Tatum,
the most dangerous places in a country is the South Side of Chicago, and you telling me there's a lot of organizations. They ain't doing nothing.
So Tatum, you tell me which community you are doing something in. They don't have to be Chicago. You tell me.
I do. I mean, I do, bro. I do stuff all over the world. I mean, what do you want to ask me? Do I feed people?
No. When I go to your Blexit website, you have 3 vision statements. You talk about education. You talk about police reform, right? Those are the first 2. I can't think of the third. Those 2, tell me, what have you accomplished under those 2 umbrellas?
All right, we go straight to education. We have in Tennessee, and this is the first of many that we've established. We have an after-school program. We had our first launch of it this year. I think it was this year or the beginning of last year. I can't remember. But we had our lunch of it. I almost took my son, but I couldn't get him there. But we had a whole week summit where we had the children there, and we're going to develop out after-school program for kids all over the country. That's one thing through education. Now we teach education to adults at our conferences, at our block parties. We push education through and through. The leaders of the organization talk about school choice. Candace and I go on television and talk about this all day long till we blue in the face. So when you want to talk about police reform, we talk about let's talk about police reform. Let's talk about police reform. We lobby in DC for the First Step Act to be passed. We went to all the Congress. We went to every Congress member that wanted to reject the First Step Act, Republican and Democrat. And after our efforts, we were able to get the First Step Act. I think we had an effect in the First Step Act being passed. Okay. When you talk about other police reform, we advocate for funding the police, not defunding the police. We have rallies for police, to support police in our communities. We go to the communities and we do block parties in the communities. We were just in Tampa. I mean, we do them all over the country. All you got to do is follow them. I can't be at all of them because I'm only one person. That's why we have chapters.
That's why I'm making this argument.
No. Don't follow just the international. Follow the neighborhood you live in. What neighborhood you live in? Like what city you live in?
I'm in Texas.
What part of Texas? Houston. Well, follow the Blexit chapter of Texas.
They're not doing nothing in Houston, Tatum.
Well, why don't you do something in Houston?
All the areas that you criticize on your platform every day. Chicago, Memphis, you go to Oakland. I don't see Blexit anywhere in there. You guys don't even outreach to those communities.
Bro, we in Philly. I just saw them in the hood in Philly. I see them everywhere. New York, I see them everywhere. I can't go to all of them, but we everywhere.
So here we go. So I'm on Blexit right now, advocating for school choice. Number 2 is promoting criminal justice reform. I think you're conjecturing right now when you.
I just told you the First Step Act. That's one, and then we talk about.
You guys didn't play any significant role in that.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We talked to, and these are people who switched their votes. We talked to from Texas, the senator from Texas. I can't think his name.
Republican.
I can't think his name. What?
Republican, correct?
Republican. We talked to him. He was against it. He was against it. We were in his office. We talked to Rubio, Mark Rubio. I think his name is not Mark Rubio, but I can't think of his name, Rubio. We went to his office. We talked to his staff. These are Republicans. Democrats didn't even want us to come talk to him. We ended up catching somebody in the hallway.
Hold on. See, this is what I mean by dog whistling. See, little lines like that, Tatum.
Democrat. We went to every Democrat. We went to every Democrat senator, and not one of them wanted to talk to us.
Tatum, we wholeheartedly support the First Step Act. Why?
No, they did.
Tatum.
They wouldn't talk to us. They wouldn't talk to us. Not one Democrat talked to us.
When Donald Trump passed it, who did he praise on the left?
Van Jones, I think.
Thank you. What is Van Jones, Tatum? What is
Van Jones? Van Jones ain't in office. I mean, what do you mean? Is he a politician or what? Okay. He's a political commentator.
So you're making my argument stronger. He's not even in office, but who was the most instrumental getting the First Step Act passed?
He's the most instrumental. The most instrumental. It wasn't Van Jones.
Why did you say that Van Jones then, Tatum?
No, I said Trump gave Van Jones acknowledgement for it.
Okay, so why?
Him and Republicans and Democrats.
Tatum, the claim to fame for the First Step Act was brought to the light by Van Jones. He's a Democrat. You can't say that.
No, I
You
don't believe
can't
it
say
was
that
just
because
him.
you were weak in your audience because you can't give
Bro,
Democrats
how's it
anything.
weaken? How's it weakening my argument if the First Step Act was passed under a Republican and wasn't nothing done under a Democrat who was the first black president, 8-year term, did nothing, but a white racist president passed the First Step Act? You're not weakening my argument. Do Republicans the one pass that?
Tatum,
Democrats couldn't do it.
first of all, you got to add context. See, you're leaving out context to your audience.
Democrats didn't do it. They had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and they didn't do it.
Tatum, first of all, the first thing that came before the First Step Act was the Fair Sentencing Act. Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Van Jones were instrumental passing the Fair Sentencing Act. One part in the First Step Act was making the law retroactive. Republicans blocked it when Obama passed it. They say, Barack, we're going to let the law apply going forward. But hold on. But we're not going to let it be retroactive. The First Step Act only made Obama laws retroactive. That's why Van Jones was instrumental, because he worked on the Fair Sentencing Act passed by Barack Obama.
Bro, you can say, I mean, you can have that argument. I don't care.
You don't know about the Fair Sentencing Act.
I don't know about the what. You can make that argument. I'm not arguing with you on that. Good for Van Jones. Good for Democrats and Republicans.
So long story short, you did not play a strong role in the First Step Act.
You know that
whatsoever.
How do you know that? Some of the people that we spoke to ended up voting in favor of the First Step Act.
You just provided conjecture here. Nobody.
You can't prove that Van Jones was an instrument.
Donald Trump came out and said Van Jones.
Donald Trump. Bro, Donald Trump came out and recognized Blexit. Independently recognized Blexit as an organization that have changed the game in our country, that have done so much for our country. He came out and said it. Brandon Tatum and Candace Owens and Blexit.
As it relates to the First Step Act, he did not give you guys any credit. He gave Van Jones credit.
Bro, he didn't give every senator their credit either, did he?
Right.
No, he talked about a few people.
Because the person who added the most muscle to the First Step Act was Van Jones.
Bro, okay.
Hold on. Van Jones,
I don't even feel like arguing with you. Van Jones did. Just say Van Jones did. That's fine. That has nothing to do with Blexit.
Van Jones went to CPAC. He was the only Democrat to go to CPAC and sell this to your people.
All right, bro. You can say, I'm not arguing with you. You can say Van Jones was important. You the one saying we wasn't important.
So let's move on. So tell me, what else have you guys done? Because you didn't do anything on the First Step Back.
Bro, I mean, how far you want to go, bro? How far you want to go? What's up with you and Blexit? What's your thing with Blexit?
I think it's the worst thing since Joe Biden crime bill. I don't think it does anything.
What's negative? What has Blexit done negatively?
Well, one, you're offering conjecture, right? Because you guys haven't done anything.
Yeah, you just find out the word conjecture. You're not even using it. You're not even using conjecture in the right sentence. What are you talking about?
Well, look, Tatum, number two, you guys doesn't offer it. Like, you guys criticize Chicago, Oakland, New Orleans, Memphis, all these places, but you're not in the community doing this work.
What work in the community we need to do? What work are you talking about?
You're in Tennessee. That's the only thing you can name is Tennessee.
No, bro. You talking about now? Why can't you just listen? Why can't you just be an honest person? Why can't you just be an honest person? You said we're only in Tennessee. You asked me about our education incentive that we have, where we're going to do after school program. It started in Tennessee. We're going to build it out in all 50 states. Now you asked me one question and you say you only in Tennessee. What?
It's not built out.
It is built out. It is built out. We did it for the first time in Tennessee.
So give me something I can look up, Tatum. Give me something I can look up.
Go to the website. Go to the website. Look at the after school program that we just did in Tennessee.
Okay, which school?
Is
it associated?
We run. You can send your children there. We run the after school program. We run the after school program. You don't have to go to a specific school to send your kids to this after school program. However, we started in Tennessee, and we're going to go to all 50 states. Are you going to donate money to help us reach that goal?
Man, you spending $400 on steaks. I can't. I got to see that you put in work.
Bro, that's with my money. That has nothing to do with Blexit. Blexit don't pay for my steaks.
It's all the same.
No, don't say it's all the same. Bro, don't say it's all the same. Blexit couldn't pay my bills as much I make for them. They can't pay my bills. So
I'm on here now. I don't see anything about Tennessee after school. I'm on Tennessee's Blexit page right now. I don't see anything about no after school program.
Go to the Blexit website.
I'm at the Blexit website. Chapters. You want me to go to Tennessee? Let me go to Tennessee. I
Oh,
can't
go to
click
our
on
after school
Tennessee.
program.
There's nothing on here that says after school program. Do you look at your website?
I was at the. I mean, I helped organize the thing. What are you talking about?
Okay, so where you want me to show it to you? I'm on your website. Foundations, founders, vision, impact, chapters, events. I go to events. There's nothing here. I see you got a long page about shopping. You got a long page about donate. I see contact. You got Blexit against CRT. I don't see anything about no after school program. See, I don't have
the. I don't have the computer pulled up, and I can't trust you. So, do you want me to go and pull it up and play it live for you?
Hold on, here you go, Tatum. Since you're saying, tell me where do I go?
Okay.
I'm on your page.
Okay.
Foundation. Founders. We got you and Candace.
Okay.
We got vision, right? We got impact.
Did you read the vision?
I read it. That's why I was reading it to you. That's why I was reading it to you. Advocating for school choice, promoting criminal reform, championing entrepreneurship. I read that to you. So I'm asking, where is the Tennessee after school?
Why you turn the camera on? Go down and look at the website.
You want me to keep going? Okay, let me go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So where I stop?
Go to impact.
Go to impact.
Go to impact.
Impact. All right.
What does it say?
All it tells me 35 chapters, 11,000 volunteers, 5 million videos, views of our videos. That's it.
All right, keep going.
Donate.
What do events say?
Contact Blexit.
Go to events.
Go to events. Our liberation, right? This is an art pop-up. Black history, and you got events coming soon. Bro, you're not even aware what's going on with your own page.
Bro, I don't run the website.
Come on, bro. Come on, man.
I don't run the website. Why you turning off the website? Go back to the website.
Tatum, I walked you through your entire website. How long you want me to stay on here?
No, you didn't.
Bro, I can't lie about your website, Tatum. You can just tell me.
You didn't. I don't. Listen, Mitch. You don't understand because you work for somebody probably. I am a co-founder, okay? I don't deal with the day-to-day remnants of Blexit. I don't. I'm a co-founder. I speak, I raise money to help them accomplish their goals. We have people who run the web. No.
Pleasantville, Tennessee. I'm gonna go to Pleasantville, Tennessee because I don't hear you.
It doesn't matter. I don't personally. I'm not personally. That's why I don't get paid because I don't personally get involved in this.
Y'all take a salary of $250.
I say what?
Y'all take a salary of $250,000 each.
No, you put your money on it. I take a salary of $250,000.
What's your salary, Tatum?
I make what, $3,000 a month.
You couldn't even say that confident, bro. Come on, man.
What you mean? God, put your money on it,
bro. How you gonna prove it to me?
I can show you. I can screenshot my bank account when it came in. $3,000 a month is what I make. You should be able to research it just like you can see who make what. You can see what Candace make. You see what I make.
Candace openly says she gets $250,000.
That's fine. I don't.
So y'all co-founders, but she get $250 and you don't. You get $3,000.
Yes.
Come on, Tatum, bro. Come on, man. You're not even being honest with me. See, I do.
Put your money on it. Put your money on it. Put your money. How much you want to bet? I will bet you $3,000 that I get $3,000 a month. I'll bet you $3,000.
You want to bet me $3,000 that you get $3,000 a month?
Yeah. Put your money. You want to put your money where your mouth at?
Let's make that bet. You got to prove to me overwhelming. I don't want to hear all this.
It ain't no overwhelming. I'll show you where the little check come in at.
Tatum, you don't even know. Even if you get paid $3,000, you shouldn't even get that because you don't even know what's going on with your website.
I don't run the website. I go to the events. I help raise money. If I was more active, maybe I'll get paid more money. But I don't do that. That's not my primary position. I got other stuff that I do. Like you probably work for somebody. I got a whole bunch of stuff I do.
Jeff Bezos, what's going on with your website? I'm sure.
I'm not the owner. I'm a co-founder. You know, you hear founding. You know, when something is founded, I co-founded. Candace has a more prominent role in Blexit than I do.
And you still getting paid. And you
don't know
I
raise money for Blexit. Listen. I raise money for Blexit. I go to the Blexit events. I speak. When they need me to do anything, I mentor. We have a chapter here in Arizona. I help with the Arizona chapter. I do things that we have determined that I'm going to do. And of course, there's a salary associated with that. If I want to be doing the website and going and taking pictures and doing other stuff, then I'm going to get paid more money. But I said, look, I'm going to do X, and X is worth X. And that's what I get. I'm not getting rich on Blexit, and nobody's getting rich on Blexit.
Let's say that's your argument. You can't come on and tell me that you're doing work in the community. You can't point me to it. And then when you try to point me
when
to
you
it,
say working in the community, explain to me what you mean working in the community. Explain what you mean working in the community.
You just said you have an after-school program going on in Tennessee.
You asking me about Blexit. I'm telling you what Blexit does. I'm telling you what the Blexit field reps do. I'm telling you what they do. I don't live in 35 states.
You're the founder, and you help run and shape the vision for Blexit.
Right. So I'm telling you what they do.
Okay. So I'm asking you, why can't I see it? Why is it not on your website?
Man, brother, I can't trust what your words are. I'll look on the website.
Your website. I'm going to your website.
Listen, I don't make the website.
Oh. Come on.
I don't make the website.
If you really
but you saying all this, bro, and you don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. Blexit is one of like 15 things that I'm doing. You do nothing.
Let me tell you what I do.
No, you're not doing nothing, bro. You ain't doing nothing.
Tatum, what I do may not be on a grand scale, may not be on a national scale.
Bro, I do 1,000 things, bro. Me and Candace alone have donated over $500,000 to black businesses. I donate over $1 million to people just this last year. Well, you don't do nothing. You do nothing.
Tatum, show me that y'all donated $500,000.
Listen, you can look
you're
at
just making up stuff as you go, Tatum.
You a lie. I'll show you. You want to put some money on? You don't have enough money to put money on that too. You still owe me three. You still owe me a dinner for me and my wife. You owe me $3,000 for how much I make from a salary from Blexit. And then what else? What else you want to put your money on?
You haven't proved anything, Tatum.
You ain't prove anything. Bro, ain't nobody lying to you.
This is what I would bet. Let's make a bet that we go to some community and do some real work in the communities that you're talking about.
What real work are you explaining, son? What work are you talking about, son?
Mentorship, right? Talking about gang.
Okay, let's talk about. No. Hold on, time out.
All the stuff that you criticize. When you say there's fatherless homes, let me ask you something. When you say there's fatherless homes, you always point out the problem. What's the solution?
Well, first of all, I can't stop a man from not pulling out. Okay, so I can't do that, but I can give people, when I speak on my videos, what I wrote in my book, I talk about what's going on and encourage men to take their responsibility. I can't make them. I can give them advice and information so that they can change their mind. I can't go to every Negro house and push his back and pull him off some girl he's smashing. You can't. It's just certain things you can do physically. There's some things that you need to do psychologically. Was Martin Luther King in every city in America? No, he wasn't. But people still to this day remember what he said in his address to the people. The Million Man March was in one city. No. The Million Man March was in one city. I'm not conflating nothing, bro. What are you doing? I reach 1 million people. I reach 30 million people a month. What are you doing?
Sit here and say you're close to Martin Luther King. You're not profound like Martin Luther King, Tatum.
Says who? You?
You don't even know your website, bro.
You listen, let me tell you how smart you are. You work for somebody. I am a part of multiple companies. I have a smaller role in Blexit than I do in my own companies. I have nonprofits. I'm an advisor and a spokesperson for a publicly traded company. I own 4 companies. I do a lot of stuff, bro. I'm not looking at one website. I got multiple websites that I have to run. What are you talking about? When you're a businessman and you do stuff, you can ask Elon Musk right now what's on his website. Elon Musk haven't looked at a website. But if you ask Elon Musk what events are going on and what do you do within Tesla, he can tell you. But bro, I can't tell you everything they do, even in Blexit, bro. I get advised of things that go on in Blexit. I help raise money, and I do events when I can.
You're being advised incorrectly, right? Because
how am I being advised correctly? I just told you about the event we had. Whether they posted on the website, we'll have. What?
Why you don't post it?
I do. I post every time I see a message from them. Every time I see it, I post it.
I see nothing but your book
Why
signing on
you post it?
You want me to pick? I'm not part of Blexit.
Every time Blex have an event that I see, I post it.
Bro, I don't see nothing on Blexit on your website.
No, I post on. What you mean?
On your page.
What page?
Your Instagram page.
What does it say on my Instagram page?
I see you selling the book. I see you talking about Ahmaud Arbery.
No, on my page. On my page. On my page. Because this is one thing you got to realize too. Because your brain don't work in more than one dimensional.
I'm a little slow. Break it down for me.
I am acting as an individual. I'm not. When I speak, I don't speak on behalf of Blexit, because Blexit is a 501c3. Blexit is not associated with political stuff that I spew on my page. Same reason why Candace don't say some of the stuff on her page.
What's crucially important with a 501c3 to make sure you keep that status? What's crucial? What's the key element of that?
It's multiple elements of it. One, you got to do what you said you're going to do. The second one is you got to abide by the 501c3.
Stop. Hold up. You're going right where I want to go with this conversation. You got to do what you say you're going to do. So tell me, what are you doing? I'll go to your website.
I just told you.
So Tatum.
I just told you.
Tatum.
I just told you.
No, you didn't. Tatum, you can't back it up.
I just told you that we have after-school programs starting in Tennessee.
Tatum, you're telling me a lot, bro. I'm asking you to prove. I'm on your website.
Man, listen, bro. You can do. I'll send it to you. I'll get the itinerary and send it to you. I'll send it to you. Okay. So we do after-school program that we started in Tennessee this year. We're gonna span that to 35. No. Listen. 35. We were 35 chapters. We're gonna extend that to 50 states. Right. And then also, as you can see, we have 35 chapters. What do you think they're doing? Spinning their thumbs. We do community outreach. We feed people in the community. We do back to school drives. We do that in all of our 35 chapters.
Tatum.
And education.
I got you. But Tatum, Pleasantville, Tennessee, the demographics is 98% white.
It doesn't matter what you're talking about.
Oh, come
it's
on,
that we are pursuing.
Bro, it's 98% white.
Yeah, so since we in the entire city, right?
So
no.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Blexit. I'm reading. This is from your foundation. This is from your website. I'm gonna show it to you so I can.
Okay.
I'm not lying.
Read it.
It says Blexit Foundation is a 501c3 non-for-profit organization dedicated to the advancement of urban and minority communities.
So what's the
minority communities?
We're in the urban and minority community of that city.
What?
Whatever city we're in the urban community of that city. That's what we're focused on.
90% white.
Bro, so we can't have a chapter in Arizona? No. We can't have a chapter in Arizona. We can't have a chapter in Phoenix, Arizona. No, can we have a chapter in Phoenix, Arizona?
Tatum.
No, bro. Can we have a chapter in Phoenix, Arizona? Can we have a chapter in Phoenix, Arizona?
You want me to go to Phoenix now?
No. Can we have a chapter in Phoenix?
Your core argument was Tennessee.
No. Can we have a chapter in Phoenix?
You can. You can have a chapter wherever. This point.
Are there black people that live in Phoenix?
Let me look it up. What part?
It's 5%. I tell you, it's 5% black in Phoenix. Should we can't have a chapter and we can't deal with 5%?
So why that's conflicting, Tatum? Your website says dedicated to urban and minority communities. This is your website.
We in 35 states.
Okay.
What are you talking about? We're in Texas. We're in Texas. We're in Texas.
I'm in Texas. They're not doing nothing here.
Go to the chat. Won't you call the chapter and see if you can get involved?
I looked it up. They're doing zero.
You looked it up. I just like arguing with you because people can see how dumb you are.
I've done all this homework because I've been banging on you for 2 years now.
We're in Florida. No, you ain't done no. How you gonna do homework? We in Florida. We in South Carolina, North Carolina. We in Tennessee, Texas, Arizona, California.
Chicago.
What?
Chicago.
I got to look at the website and see if we have a chapter in Chicago. What?
New Orleans.
Well, I don't know.
Oakland. I know.
Yeah, we in California. We're in Northern California.
You need to change up a 501c3, right? And
bro, we in go look at the states we're in. Go look at them.
Tatum, you have 4 or 5 tries at this, bro.
Why are you such a hater and you're not doing nothing? We're in 35 states Every state, listen. Every state when we get this to 50 states, there's black people in every state in the union, right or wrong. So what we do is whatever city we're in.
Tatum, we're not talking about speckles. You said
Bruh, you're out of
dedicated
control,
to
bro.
advancement of urban,
You're out of control.
urban and minority communities. You can't
So there's no urban minority community in Arizona.
Huh?
There's no minority urban community in Arizona.
Perhaps there is, but that's not where you're playing at.
We in all 50 states. We're going to be in all 50 states.
Tatum, you just told me
we're going to be in all 50 states.
Tatum, you just told me it's 5% black.
Bro, 5% black out of how many million people here? Out of 8 million people? Do the math. What's 5% of 8 million?
So you're saying you captured all the 5%?
Nobody can capture all 5%. What I'm saying is we're focusing on the minority community, which is 5%. 5% of 8 million. I don't know how many million people in here. 5 million? Just say 5. In Phoenix Valley, it's 4 million. No, let's say 4 million. 5% of 4 million. Do the math. What's 5% of 4 million? Do the math. 10% of 4 million is 400,000, right? 5% of that is 200,000.
How are you saying doing that?
So 200,000 people, 200,000 black people that we have to work for in Arizona.
Tatum.
In Texas. How many black people live in Texas? No. How many black people live in Texas? How many black people live in Texas? How many black people live in Texas?
It's about, I think, 5-6 million.
Okay, so we have 5-6 million people to work with in Texas. How many black people live in Tennessee?
No, that's the total population. I don't know how many.
We got all these people to work with. What are you talking about?
Tatum, you're really making an argument about going.
Let me tell you how ignorant your argument is. Let me tell you how ignorant your argument is. You're saying that it's only black people only make up 13% of the population. You're trying to say because America is primarily white, then anybody that's doing anything for black people isn't sufficient enough. Black people only make up 13% of the population. Therefore, we should go to Africa. Come on, man. Listen, in the cities that we work in.
Tatum, you're not doing anything for black people because you're not in the urban minority area.
You're lying. We're in 35 states in urban communities.
You're Pleasantville, Tennessee. It's 98%.
Okay, you said Pleasantville, Tennessee.
You don't even know where you're at. Look, somebody in the comments gave you that. You don't even know where you're at in Tennessee.
I didn't never say that. I didn't say that. You said that.
Okay, they got people saying Pleasantville, Tennessee.
Bro, we all over Tennessee. I don't know what you're talking about. Chattanooga, Tennessee. We got people in Nashville, Tennessee. What are you talking about?
So now you're all over now. Now, after I started unpacking this, now you're all over Tennessee.
What are you I don't know what you're talking about. I thought you was pointing out a specific city that you claimed that we have a Blexit chapter in. I thought you was claiming that. I know for a fact we were started. We were started in Chattanooga. We had one of our biggest bases in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Then you got Nashville, Tennessee, where Candace stayed. We got chapters in multiple places in Tennessee. What are you talking about, bruh? What are you talking about? We got multiple places in California. We got multiple chapters in Texas. We got multiple chapters in. We got the one major chapter in Phoenix.
Y'all not welcome in California.
We not what?
Y'all not welcome in California.
We did our first event in California. What you talking about?
What part?
We were downtown.
Downtown.
Oh, black people don't live in downtown?
Come on, bro.
We want to go. You want to go to Compton? You want to go to Compton? You won't even go to Compton. Shut up.
We can set up these bets, but more importantly,
what are you even talking about, bro?
Tatum, I'm part of a mentorship program. I mentor you. I coach 10-year-old boys. I send you the pictures.
I hope you don't.
Right? Why not?
I hope you don't.
Why not? I'm a productive
Look
guy.
at the way you think.
Educated. I make.
Look at the way you think, though.
Why are you knocking against another black man?
I'm not knocking another. I donate to people. I donate to King Randall, who mentor probably more people than you do.
I like King Randall.
I donate to King Randall probably more than you did.
I like King Randall. I think
I probably donated more. I can't be in Albany.
I like King Randall.
No, I can't be in Albany. I can't be in Albany. So I donate to a young man who's doing mentorship in Albany.
Okay.
All black. It's a black organization. He mentored black kids. Okay. I donated probably more than you have.
And that's why I give King Randall props. As far as Blexit, you guys, so far, you haven't made a case whatsoever. You haven't made a case that
you don't want a case to be made. We have most of our chapters.
You trying to convince me that you serve in urban areas in a 98%.
We do.
Bro,
We
you
do.
just told me you're in a 98% white area.
No, I didn't never say that. You said that.
Oh man, come on, man.
You pointed out a
You
city.
started break. You said that's 5%. You said we helping all 5%.
No, I didn't. I said that we have a chapter in Arizona. Because black people in Arizona don't exist. Either can we not support black people in Arizona? Our goal is to be in all 50 states. We're in 35 or 50. We're going to be in 50 probably by the end of this year or the next year. So what are you talking about, bro?
I work with non-for-profits, right? I'm a banker. I work with non-for-profits like you guys all the time. My suggestion would be to focus on one thing at a time. Focus on one urban community at a time. Instead of
it doesn't, bro. No, it doesn't matter. We have people. We have people in these urban communities. We have people in these urban communities that want to volunteer in their own community.
Tatum, all it is right now is a recruitment organization. That's it. I haven't seen none of the work. You guys are trying to recruit from the left to the right.
What recruitment? Who we recruiting? What?
Blacks from the Democrats to the Republican side.
How?
What this organization
We don't even talk about politics. Our organization don't even talk about politics.
What you mean you don't talk about politics, Tatum?
At our meetings, at our events.
Website, you talk about CRT on your website.
CRT is not political. CRT is in the education system. That's not political.
It's not political.
Critical race theory is not a political party. It's not political.
It's political, bro. It's not a political party, of course. It's political.
No, it's not. CRT is not political. How is CRT political? What is political about CRT?
So you don't see politicians advocating.
It don't matter what politics. CRT is a certain structure that they're teaching in schools. Has nothing to do with politics.
Correct. A lot of things. Tatum, come on, bro. Use your mind here. You can't say CRT is not political. You got politicians making an argument for and against.
Your brain, Mitch, your brain is not working properly. Where did CRT come from? It came from legal studies in law school about the discrimination or disparities of black people in laws. That has nothing to do with politics, bruh. They teaching kids in school that white people historically in this country have done something and black people are historically in this country a certain way. Those teachings have nothing to do with politics.
That's the politics. That's the Republican right-wing spin of CRT.
These black and white parents are coming out saying that their kids are getting taught this. Not me.
Okay, and what about the politicians? What about the politicians?
I mean, it doesn't matter what the politicians say. CRT is not political.
Why would politicians be speaking on something if it's not political, Tatum?
Bro, that's like saying taxes is political. That's like saying taxes. Are taxes political?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Republicans want to give it to the top. Democrats want to do middle class tax cut.
You say that. You say that.
That's the foundation
argument. That's taxes. If you had a 501c3 and you wanted to teach your people about taxes, that's not political.
Now you're going to 501c3, bro. Come on, we're not talking about a micro level. We're talking about within the.
Bro, I'm talking about a 501c3 legal teaching, a legal educational platform. CRT is not political. People can make it political, but it's not political.
Right, it is.
Taxes, people can make taxes political, but teaching about taxes is not political.
So Tatum, when you go to these, when y'all have these rallies, because I've seen footage of it.
Right.
I know people that went to it.
Yep.
You tell them you guys don't talk about the Democrats and what we're doing and what the Republicans are doing?
No, we talk about leftism. We talk about conservatism. We talk about conservatism. We talk about leftism.
That's not a political ideology.
No, it's not.
Oh, come on, bro.
How is conservatism a political ideology?
Liberal and conservatism, they are not political affiliations.
No, some conservative people vote Democrat. They are Democrats.
Right, but we talking about on a large.
It has nothing to do with politics. Your personal beliefs have nothing to do with politics.
If that's the case, then why are you guys talking about conservatism on the right? If you don't identify with the right, you just told me how.
I don't know what you're talking about. We talk about conservative values. What did they have to do with the way you vote?
Because most conservatives, again, Blexit.
That don't mean nothing.
Conservatives, Blexit had led this charge. If you're conservative, you should be voting right. Why? Because
Democrats that's not true.
Want you to have abortions, right?
That's not true. You should vote. No. If you want to make a judgment based on your viewpoint, you could say you shouldn't vote for people who want abortions because abortion is wrong.
And that's not what you guys said. You guys said
we don't even talk about Republican Democrat.
Conservative, you need to go to the right.
Who said that?
Tatum, you say this all the time, man. Like,
I'm not, but I'm not saying it when I'm operating under Blexit. I don't say that. In my own life, I can say what I want to say. Do you not understand that?
I don't understand that. No.
I don't. My personal speech is not representative of Blexit. When I'm officially acting under the colors of Blexit, I don't talk about Republican, Democrat. We don't even talk about stuff like that. We talk about principles. We talk about education. We have conversations about CRT. We have conversations about reform and policing in America. We talk about that. We don't talk about voting in political parties. We tell people to register to vote.
Videos of you representing Blexit talking about the left and the right, bro. Like,
that's not Republican and Democrat, dude. What are you talking about?
I just said the left and right, Democrats and Republicans, bro.
No, that's not necessarily the case. The Republicans
is speaking publicly under Blexit umbrella, talking about the left and the right. She's done interviews.
That's not Democrat, Republican. Left and the right. When you talk about conservative and liberal, those are ideals. That's not a political party.
Right, and liberals lean left, conservatives lean right. I mean, why is it so hard, bro? Like, this is easy stuff.
That's fine. What are you talking about?
So you're trying to say because you don't mention the word Democrats, Republicans, you're not talking about politics or political.
Because these are political organizations that are not necessarily associated with right, left, or conservative, liberal. You can be a conservative liberal and vote any other way you want to.
So it's independent? Blexit is an independent organization?
You can be conservative and vote independent.
I'm asking you, is Blexit independent?
What you mean is Blexit independent?
Is it an independent political party, organization?
What do you mean independent? You talking about, are we Republican, independent, or Democrat?
No, independent, not the Democrat, not Republican. Are you guys independent?
Yes.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. You just sitting there blatantly lying, not only to me, to your followers, bro.
Well, we wouldn't be a 501c3 if we weren't. Right? No, I ain't lying to nobody. We would be done as a 501c3 if we weren't.
You could be a Democratic organization and still be a 501c3. You could be a Republican organization and still be a 501c3.
No, but you cannot. We are not a political organization, so we cannot talk about politics. You understand that?
But you do talk about politics.
No, we don't. We talk about ideals, conservative ideals.
As it relates to politics.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Do you want to kill your children or not? Like, that's an idea. It doesn't matter. There's Democrats that don't agree with abortions.
So walk me through that. So if you don't want to kill your kids, where would you go with your vote?
You go for the person who don't want to kill your kids.
Where would you go with your vote, Tatum?
The person who don't want to kill your kids. There are Democrats that don't believe in abortions.
Okay, so are you saying people should go to the left?
You can vote either way you want to. You vote for the person that you believe in.
So why does Candace Owens, y'all openly say Blexit was created? Y'all stole a name, number one, from the lady out in Minnesota, right?
Where your proof at? Where your proof at? We own that. She didn't own that.
The only reason why you guys own it is because y'all beat her to the punch to file the organization.
That Blexit, that whatever that organization was, Blexit, whatever they call it, they're not even an organization. They just owned a domain name that said Blexit West or something.
You couldn't even be original.
Bro, what the original Blexit? I'm sure that people have been saying the word Blexit forever. There's a thing called Brexit. You're not original because you use Blexit instead of using Brexit.
I mean, you guys supposed to be the free.
Is Lexit not original? Is Lexit not original? They use Lexit.
It's not original either. It's all a play off of. And what Lexit is all
bro?
about?
Your name ain't original. Your name ain't original. What's your first name?
You know my name.
I don't know your first name.
My name Mitch. You know my name.
It's not original. So you be mad at your parents for not making you original?
You're going to frame this argument because my name is not original. I'm talking about Blexit, right? You guys founded an organization by recruiting people from the left to the right. Now you're trying to downplay it.
How do we found the organization by recruiting people from the left to the right? Explain that to me, sir.
Openly. I'm going to send you videos. You spoke openly about this. So
what's your hang up with Blexit, bro? I mean, you're sitting there arguing me about an organization that has grown tremendously and helped people all over the country.
Let's do this.
You have no proof of what you're saying.
Tatum, let's make a bet. I send you the proof, and we're gonna. I'm not going to say I want something that you can pay. Let's just do $100 dinner, right?
Something I can pay.
Something we both can pay. I just wanted to be friendly. I don't want to have no humbug because I want the $100 from you. So you tell me, when I send you the video, show you and Candace talking about political talking points.
Bro, you can't listen, man. You losing yourself, bro. You confusing.
You want to
If
make a
I'm a
bet?
Christian, no. If I'm it's being a Christian political. No, it's being Christian political.
Let's make the bet.
It's being Christian political. It's being Christian political.
Tatum, let's make.
No, it's being a Christian political.
You don't want.
Answer my question.
I know you don't want bet.
No, I already bet you, bro. You already owe me $400 and you owe me $3,000 from what you say I get paid from Blexit.
Okay, let's make a third bet. So tell me,
bro, you can't afford to pay me this. Do you got $3,000?
I'm gonna send you the video.
Do you got $3,000 to pay me?
Huh?
Do you got $3,000 to pay me?
Tatum, I got a couple of dollars. Don't worry about that.
No, bro, you gonna owe me $3,000 because I know how much I know how much salary I get. So you don't have the money to pay me. So you need to quit making bets and you can't pay me. You ain't got $3,000 to throw around. Your wife will probably choke you to death if she saw you here bidding me $3,000. And I know what I make.
Let's make the bet.
You don't want that. I don't want to get you. You're going to get a divorce messing with me.
I'm going to double up on you. $3,000, you show me your pay. $3,000, I'll show you that the videos of you and Candace recruiting people, explicitly saying this, that we're recruiting people from the left to the right and making all kind of political right-wing talking points. That's $6,000, Tatum. Let's do it.
Bro, you ain't listen. I'm not gonna even.
You say, look.
You can't afford.
Tatum,
bro,
you say I don't have any money, right? You say I don't have no money. Let's make.
I ain't saying you don't have no money. I'm just saying you can't afford to drop $3,000 on something you know nothing about.
I'm talking about $6,000. Let's double up.
Bro, you listen.
Let's double up.
Listen, bro.
Let's double up, bro.
Listen, bro. I know what I make from Blexit, and you trying to tell me I don't, and I could show you.
Tatum, we bet on that. That's fine. We talking about the second part of the
you
bet.
Can't afford to pay me beyond that. Can you?
Tatum, well, you could call me out on it. You could bring me back up, and you could call me out on it. Let's make the bet. Everybody's watching.
You can't pay me, bro. How am I gonna get the money for you if you don't pay me? I got to sue you.
I'm gonna get it. This the same questions apply to you. How am I gonna get my money? I gotta go to Houston Blexit and ask for it. Where I gotta go for it?
Bro, all right. All bull crap aside, bro.
I
don't understand. I don't understand what your problem is with Blexit. Let me just talk, and I'll let you talk. Candace and I are two young Americans of African descent that saw a need for knowledge in our community that we grew up in. And so we decided to start an organization to get people to think freely and to present an idea that's not normally presented to people in the inner city. We started Blexit. We have built Blexit to 35 chapters of good, honest people who care about their communities. These young people start these chapters in the communities that they live in, primarily Black communities. We go out, we do back to school drives, barbecues, we do events, meetings in these cities where our volunteers live at and they want to see change. I and Candace and I are incredibly busy entrepreneurs slash speakers slash we do all kinds of stuff. Now, Blexit is one organization that we co-founded together. And Candace Owens, obviously, she's a lot more involved than I am because that was her baby. I just helped her get the ball rolling. I don't understand what upsets you so much about two young Americans of African descent who wanted to do something positive in the community. I don't understand why that bothers you. Just because we may not have the attention now as much as we would like of inner city minority Black folks does not mean that's a success or failure measure. 90-something% of Black people who vote a certain way do not even agree on conservative principles. So a conservative organization won't get a lot of Black people because just based on percentages, a lot of Black people are conservative. Over time, we have grown. We started out with a few chapters. Now we have 35. We have 35 different chapters. So, what's your problem with Blexit?
Do you disagree that most blacks are conservative by nature?
I mean, I don't really know. I think that they are, but I don't know.
Okay, let's roll with that. So naturally, we are conservative. We just don't rock with Blexit because Blexit is
Well,
disparaging.
let's leave Blexit alone. No. Let's say we don't rock with Blexit. What do we rock with? What do you rock with?
What do I rock with? I rock with.
That's a conservative organization. That's conservative.
I focus on issues. I don't really focus on
conservative. No, bro. Black people are so conservative. What conservative organization are they a part of?
They're mostly a part of Democrats.
But what I'm saying is that you say we mostly conservative.
We're conservative.
But black people don't do conservative stuff.
We're conservative by nature.
However, but they don't do conservative stuff.
However,
black people don't do conservative stuff.
Because you have to break down these issues and understand why we vote left. That's because organizations like Blexit are disingenuous.
How?
Because you disparage inner cities and you're not in the inner cities.
Time out, bro. Time out. You said Blexit disparages inner city. Show me on the website, show me a speech where there's a disparagement of inner cities from Blexit.
You and Candace all day, every day. I can send you many videos. Candace just posted a video about Ahmaud Arbery. George Floyd.
Okay, no. Talk about. Is it right or wrong? Is what she's saying right or wrong?
Wrong. Why would Candace, hold on. Why would Candace say, because I don't want to talk about Candace because she's not here, but since she brought her up, she says systemic racism doesn't even make the top 100 list of items that face the black community. You think that's an accurate statement?
Yes, I do. I grew up in the black community.
There's 100 items that comes before systemic issues that face the black community. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's 100, but I think that.
So now it's false then. That's just this based on that is false.
No, I think that what Candace was doing was making an exaggeration. But
okay, that's what I'm talking about.
It ain't top 10. It ain't top 10. It ain't top 20.
So why she didn't say that? She said top 100 because she wanted to completely dismiss. Hold up, one second.
No.
Hold up, Tatum. She wanted to completely dismiss racism. She didn't want it to even be a
That's
remote.
Not true.
Hold up, Tatum.
That's not true.
She didn't want it to be a remote argument whatsoever.
That's not true. Because she would have said it's not an issue. She would have said top 100.
Candace filed a lawsuit for racism, discrimination.
Candace didn't file a lawsuit. No. Did Candace file a lawsuit?
NAACP filed it on her behalf, and she collected the money.
No, don't say that. She was a kid.
Oh, bro.
She was a kid.
Come on, man.
She was a kid. She didn't do it.
Who did it, Tatum?
Adults did that in her life. That wasn't Candace.
Okay, so you're saying, are you saying that even when
it doesn't matter, bro.
Hold up. As a kid, she didn't experience discrimination.
No. Listen.
Hold on.
Listen.
Answer the question, Tatum. Did she
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there.
That's your girl. You rock with her. You know the nature of the case.
So this is how dumb you sound, bro. She experienced this, but she's saying it's not the top 100, and you don't believe her.
Because it's a grift, Tatum.
What's she grifting on, bro? What is Candace grifting on? What is she grifting on? What is she grifting on? She don't.
That $250,000.
Do you now? I'm not gonna tell how much Candace is worth. Do you know who Candace is married to? Do you understand how much money Candace has? $250,000. I don't know what world you live in, bro. I don't know what world you live in.
Hold on. You going on a tangent. Stick to the argument. I'm asking. You said no. It doesn't make top 10 or top 20. She says top 100.
She lived through it. She supposedly lived through it and said it wasn't the top 100.
And you believe her?
That's what she said. I believe she believed that.
I'm asking, do you believe her? Do you believe that there's 100 issues that affects the
I think that there's many issues.
Okay, what's many? Many is not 100, bro.
I can go down the list and name it. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with things that are killing us?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, we could go just the general population of black people, not you and I, because you and I, the number one thing killing us is homicide by another black man. However, you got heart disease, you got cancer, you got preventative death or could have been prevented to death, which is medical malpractice. You got homicide. You got, and these are just ailments that go through that kill us. Then when you talk about social issues, you got culture, you got fatherlessness, you got abortions, you have STDs, you have you can go down a list on social issues. I mean, that right there is almost 10 things.
Let's just roll with your argument. That's 10. She made an argument that it was 100.
So what?
This is what I mean.
So what?
When you go to the Capitol,
So what?
So what, bro? Because I'm talking about intent here.
Okay.
I'm talking about her intentions.
Yeah. Instagram.
It still didn't show you.
On Instagram?
Yeah. Joy said you were live. I can't find it. It doesn't.
They probably blocked me out because So now that's what I'm saying, bro. You can say what you want to say. You claim she lived. You claim she got in. Somebody was racist against her. The NAACP, her family sued that family, and she even said that it's not even the top 100. And you don't believe her.
You don't believe her. You say I don't believe it's the top.
I believe that she believed that. I'm not telling you what my total number would be, but I think she believed what she said.
Okay. So do you think that's a practical argument, Tatum? You think there's 100 issues that come ahead of systemic racism?
Bro, use your mind, bro. Use your mind. Let's use our brain real quick.
Go for it.
A person can use 100 things are better than that to suggest that it's not as important as people to make it out to be, right? Or a person can be literal and say there's 3 things that's better than white supremacy. I mean, I think that she was exaggerating the point. I think she may feel differently. I think she was exaggerating the point to show the insignificance, in comparison to other things that we're dealing with.
Okay, let's talk about if it's significant or insignificant. So
I don't think it's significant.
So you talk about fatherless homes.
Yep.
Right? Tell me what you think is the rooted reason why there's a fatherless homes issue in the Black community.
Culture, Black culture, and the welfare state, in the welfare state.
Tell me, break that down. Unpack that for me.
Okay, so in the 30s, 40s, 50s, even the 60s, we had 80% of our children born in a marriage. After the 60s, you see a huge decline where we see 70% of our young people born out of wedlock. What are the elements that change? After the 60s, the Civil Rights Act had been passed, racism potentially have been eradicated in comparison to what we experienced in the 60s and before the 60s. So racism and the height of racism and Jim Crow and everything were already done when we started seeing a tremendous decline in our children being born out of wedlock. When you look at this same period of time, you look at things like the welfare state.
So right there, in the 70s and 80s, what was happening in the Black community?
In the Black community or in politics or both? What are you referring to?
Community. Tell me what was becoming a plague or an issue in the Black community in the 70s and 80s?
Gang violence and drug dealing and policies
where did the drugs come from, Tatum?
You talking about the ones that were sold to my uncle them?
Before it got to your uncle, where did it come from, Tatum?
What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Before somebody sold it to my uncle? Or are you talking about the person who got the money?
We didn't originate drugs in the community, Tatum.
Cocaine has been around before. Cocaine has been around for a very long time. You said where did crack come from?
No, the height of cocaine. Where did it come from, Tatum?
Overseas.
Okay. Was it not
Colombia?
Was it not an effort to push crack cocaine into the Black community?
You could say it was an effort. Let's say it was an effort.
Okay. This is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna tap dance.
No, just say it was an effort. I argue to differ, but
I'm walking you slowly through this process, right?
I argue to differ, but let's contend on there was an effort.
What is the argument on the effort? It's documented. The Iran-Contra cocaine scandal, where they had the paper walls in Nicaragua, they were shipping cocaine through Oakland all the way up to New York.
Was there a demand?
Oh.
Was there a demand?
Bro.
I'm just saying, bro. You can.
Bro, come on, man. Come on. See, Tatum, this is the problem, bro.
You the
This is what
problem, bro.
this,
You don't
this
want
is
no
what
responsibility. Black
this
people don't want no responsibility. You can
first
say
of
the
all,
white man was putting drugs
Tatum,
in Ray Ray's hand, but we were
Tatum,
selling it to each other.
so if you're gonna talk about personal responsibility, you have to first talk about how it got in the community. Who's taking responsibility for that? You just said is there cocaine?
Let's say the white man put it in the community. The white man put it in the community. Okay, you want that? Okay, let's go from there. What happened after that?
I'm asking you to say whatever you think the interpretation is.
No, I think there was a supply and demand, and I feel like the government was involved in the supply of the demand.
So who demanded cocaine in the communities, Tatum?
Black people.
How we demanded it? Show me evidence of that.
So they just putting crack in the community and nobody's doing anything with it. They just put crack in the community and nobody's selling it.
So they demanded it. That was the origin.
I think there was
cocaine. We say, hey, government. Hold on. We say, hey, government, Nixon, send us cocaine because only the black people want cocaine in the neighborhoods. This is the ridiculous arguments that you're making.
Bruh, white people wanted methamphetamine.
It wasn't methamphetamine. We're talking about cocaine.
No. Methamphetamine was prevalent in the white community.
No. We only talking about cocaine. There was only cocaine that
was listen, bro. I don't know what you want to say. We disagree, but I will agree with you so you can move on to your argument. Let's say the government did put crack cocaine and laid it on every man's doorstep. What's the next step?
And so what was the byproduct of that, Tatum? Once you put cocaine into these communities that's already impoverished.
Black people made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of selling cocaine to other black people.
Tatum, we just came off redlining. We just got
still making excuses, bro. Ain't nobody. How many black men became rich from selling drugs?
You don't want to talk about that.
How many black people became rich from selling drugs?
I'm making an argument about.
How many black men became rich from selling drugs?
I'm sorry.
How many black men became very wealthy for selling drugs?
So let me do this.
Free Ray, Ricky Ross. I mean, you could go down and list all these people who became millionaires from selling drugs.
But Tatum, you got way more people that did time. That's why Donald Trump passed the First Step Act.
Bro,
why did Donald Trump pass the First Step Act? If cocaine and we wasn't facing systemic racism and discrimination, why did Donald Trump pass an act exclusively to help blacks?
No. The first step. No, you got to look at it in reality. It's not just for black people. It's for people who are. It's not just for black people. However,
black people to affect blacks. Cocaine wasn't only for blacks. It went into black communities. But yes, you had white people that dabble in cocaine or crack.
Bruh, you can say the government put it in there. That's fine. Okay. I can agree with you that the government has something to do with it, but we were selling it to each other as well. People were making a lot of money off of it.
That's the process, Tatum. That's what you're supposed to do. What you mean, sell it to them? What you're supposed to do when you're an impoverished community, you're just coming off the back of redlining, you can't get a good education, and you put crack in the community.
Okay.
So I'm asking you, fast forward, why did Donald Trump pass the First Step Act that was releasing people who was in jail since the 80s?
Why did Democrats want the First Step Act?
Because we wanted to continue to build on the Fair Sentencing Act passed in 2009.
No, you wanted to reverse the 94 crime bill.
That Bill Barr, who was nominated by Donald Trump.
No, Joe Biden.
You're scratching your head. Come on.
Joe Biden wrote it. He bragged about writing it. It was passed under Democrat, and the Democrats loved it, and it started disproportionately affecting black people. So if you want to blame, you can blame around. But what I'm saying is that I can acquiesce to your suggestion that the government had a lot to do with the supply of crack cocaine in the inner cities. Black people do have the blame of selling it to each other in the inner city, creating zombies. Where do we go next?
So you tell me that. So you telling me you have a group of people who's impoverished, uneducated. You put cocaine, and then you're gonna blame them for creating this whole cycle of cocaine being pushed into the community.
No, I'm not blaming them. I'm saying they were a willing participant in this too.
Why are you dog whistling that way? This is dog whistling.
Dog whistling to who?
To your audience.
My audience of black and white people?
You only have a few blacks, bro. You don't have a lot of blacks.
Well, I'm dog whistling to my blacks too.
Pleasantville, Tennessee, 90% white.
We in Nashville and Knoxville. What are you talking about? One of the first major donors that we have that supported us is in Knoxville. What are you talking about, bro?
Bro,
You're just talking out the side of your neck.
I can't take anything what you say because you already laid out the
It doesn't
argument that you just a
matter.
founder. You just
It
said
doesn't
I'm a
matter.
founder. I don't
It
know
doesn't
anything
matter
about
what you
this black.
say, bro. You ain't doing nothing, and you complaining about an organization that has 35 chapters all around the country, and you ain't doing nothing.
I offer
If we weren't
mentorship.
doing
I feed the
nothing,
homeless.
we wouldn't have
I
any
try to correct.
donors.
I try to
If we
correct
weren't
what
doing
you guys are
anything,
doing.
if we
I'm
weren't
trying to
doing
correct what
anything,
you
we
guys
wouldn't
are
have
doing.
donors. If we weren't doing anything, we wouldn't have donors, and we wouldn't have 35 chapters all around the country.
Who are your donors, Tatum?
Man, we got a lot of them. What do you mean?
Give me one, Tatum.
I'm not going to disclose our donors.
I know.
But,
I know.
yeah.
These are not donors from the community. These are not people who
they can't afford to donate. The people in the community can't afford to donate the money we need to keep this organization going.
That's why you're in Pleasantville, huh? I know.
We in Pleasantville. Where you the one saying we're in Pleasantville? I've never heard of Pleasantville.
Bro, I never even made that up. That was the people in the comments said
I never said Pleasantville. I don't know. We may be in Pleasantville. Who cares? Who cares?
So fast forward, right? I'm asking you.
You act like donors only can donate if they live in the community. We got people who donate to help out all around the entire country. What is your point, bro?
My point is this. Why did Donald Trump pass the First Step Back if there's no systemic issues?
I don't think that. Listen, you say there's systemic issues.
It don't make the top 100. So why did Donald Trump pass his flagship policy?
You said racism. You said racism.
You want me to pull it up? Let me pull it up for you.
Racism in America today is not a systemic issue. It's not.
This is only 3 years ago when he passed it, bro.
Bro, I don't get why you just spend more time arguing than actually doing something. Like you arguing with me about an organization that 2 black people founded that help inner city communities all over the country in 35 and finna be in 50 states, and you arguing about that because you don't agree 100% with what we do. You're not doing anything.
Bro, you're embellishing just like Candace Owens did, saying it doesn't even make the top 100. You do is embellish.
You're saying that Candace is taking $200 and some $1,000 of salary, and Blexit got 35 chapters, but they ain't doing nothing. Who is donating to nobody doing nothing? What are you talking about? People wouldn't even donate if we wasn't doing nothing. We wouldn't have 35 chapters if nobody was doing nothing.
Tatum, you're telling me people are donating. I don't know what to believe, bro. You haven't.
So how do we got 35 chapters? How do we have 35 chapters?
You can just put that on your chat. You can put that on your website.
Go look at the website. Me and Candace took a picture with all the chapter leaders, and you can count how many chapter leaders were there. How many chapter? We took a picture with every single one of them in Tennessee at our annual event. Go look at the Tennessee. Go look at the the Blexit page. Go look at it. You can swipe through and see all our chapter leaders. What are you talking about, bro? Anybody making this up? People are out here really grinding and doing what they can in the community, and you out here hating on them for nothing. They out here, these real people out here in their community doing stuff, and you sitting there trying to make excuses. They real people that I've spoken to.
I'm actually doing a real work, Tatum. I'm doing
what real work, bro? You ain't doing nothing. You probably got 3 people in a group of circle talking stupid to each other. What are you doing?
He said talking stupid.
We got 35 chapters all around the country. What are y'all doing?
So you think there's some credence behind having 35 fake chapters around the country?
Bro, you can say fake chapter. I met these people. They doing great work.
You just said Pleasantville, bro. You argue Pleasantville.
I ain't never said Pleasantville, bro. You just talking in circles. I ain't never heard of Pleasantville. I know for a fact we got Knoxville and Nashville. I have spoken in places, and I've met with people in those chapters.
Access to capital for new businesses, right? Committed to ensuring all Black Americans, all Black Americans. Why? I can go down a list. Historically Black college, right? We could talk about the President Trump works every day to advance a fair and just America for the Black community. Why is Donald Trump using this kind of language? If you're telling me systemic racism doesn't exist, it doesn't even make the top 100.
Is he racist? Is Donald Trump a racist?
Yes, I believe Donald Trump is racist. Let me tell you.
But the racist is talking like that. Okay.
Right, because he's doing just what you're doing, which is conjecture, right? You're just adding stuff. You're trying to embellish. That's even a better word. You've been embellishing all day.
I need a charger, babe.
You have 35 fake chapters. One in Pleasantville was 98% white.
To the truck. Bro, I don't know. You talking about Pleasantville. I ain't never heard of that place. But if you say we had a chapter there, then good for our chapters. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You just talking outside of your neck. What's your thing about Blexit that you hating on them? And why don't you do something to help? You ain't doing nothing.
Bro, I just told you I do mentorship in the community.
How many boys you mentor?
Right.
How many boys you mentor?
Right now I have about 8. 8.
Bro, I don't even have a mentor. I don't even have a mentor program, and I mentor.
I have 7 blacks and one white, and I'm proud to mentor these kids, right? Because I think it's crucially important.
Bro, I mentor. I don't even have a program, and I mentor kids.
Let me just explain something. I think it's important because I grew up without a single dad. So when you go out and you start talking, disparaging the black community and the black families, and you don't add the context.
How am I disparaging the black family?
We tell partial truths, bro.
No, give me an example.
That's why you had to struggle, and I had to walk you through the cocaine Contra scandal through Nixon. Are you married?
Oh, no. Hold on. What do you do for a living? You said you're a banker.
Right.
Okay, you didn't have you grew up in a single home, right? You're married, right?
Correct. You know that.
What does your wife do?
She owns her own business.
Now, okay, what do? I'm a business owner. I own multiple companies, co-founded nonprofits, and I do a lot of stuff. I'm a very successful black man. You got 2 black men sitting on the thing that's very successful.
Difference, Tatum. I didn't do it by grifting and exploiting the black community.
But who did that by grifting?
You, Tatum.
What explain me? What did I grift on?
That's what all your success comes from Blexit. It's all from the same.
Bro, let me hold on. Let me explain some of you.
Tatum, you had
no.
Tatum, you had no career before Blexit, bro. You was a police officer. Okay. You even openly.
No. You want to put some money on this? Go ahead.
Hold on, Tatum. You openly admitted that you left the police force because a conservative organization paid you to leave. That's how you got started.
Okay, let's talk about this because
you know adopted these Republican talking points, and that's how you built your career.
You know nothing about what you're talking about.
This is my 4th time talking to you, bro. We talked about this.
Listen. Let me show the world how you know nothing what you're talking about. Let's go point by point. After I left the police department, who did I work for?
You never told me the name.
No. Who did I work for?
You told me they gave you a $25,000 sign-on bonus and they paid you a $25,000 higher salary.
I didn't tell you that because I didn't tell you that.
Why would I make this up, Tatum? This is stuff you told me.
I never told you I made a $25,000 signing bonus.
You didn't get no signing bonus?
Oh yeah, it wasn't a signing bonus. They bought all my social media. I didn't tell you that. That wasn't even a number. So you didn't hear that from me.
Tatum, did you receive a sign-on bonus to work with this organization?
No.
You didn't receive a sign-on bonus at all.
They bought my social media.
Is that considered a sign-on bonus, Tatum?
No, I mean you could consider it a sign-on bonus. That's an official sign-on bonus.
Okay.
So I never told you how much they paid me.
They paid you a bonus or a buyout for your social media, right? You told me the number was 25,000. I don't know what it is.
I never told you that number because that's not the number. But I did make 20,000 more a year than I did as a police officer.
Okay, so I'm in the ballpark of what you said. Why do you think I'm lying? How can I make this up? I'm in the ballpark of what you're talking about.
I never said 25,000 because that's not what they paid me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know that. Bro, I'm off on a little small part of this conversation.
I'm just saying facts. You said something that I didn't say.
Okay, so do I not have your transition laid out? You was a police officer. You got approached by a conservative organization. They purchased your social media because they like what you was talking about, which is, exploiting and disparaging the black community.
Now, what videos? No. What was the first video I made?
I think you was on that Trayvon Martin.
Nope.
What was it?
I went to a Donald Trump rally, and I wasn't even a conservative. I went to a Donald Trump rally, and I just spoke about my experience there. That was the first video I made. Went viral.
And so they brought one video from you, Tatum?
No, bro. You don't understand the context.
So what was the first incident that you covered?
I never made videos before. I made a video about my experience at a Donald Trump rally. That was the first video I ever made, and it went viral.
Got it. Now I'm asking you to fast forward. What's the first incident that you covered? Was it Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown? Which one?
Well, this was in 2015 or 16. I
Trayvon
made
Martin.
videos as a police officer for it until 2017.
Okay, so which
So
one?
I covered law enforcement related issues. I don't remember. I know I covered Trayvon. I know I covered all the shootings and stuff that happened in between. I don't know which one.
Did they purchase your videos with Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown?
No, it's not about. It wasn't about purchasing videos because they decided to come and offer me after I made the video about Colin Kaepernick, which had nothing to do with Trayvon and had nothing to do with a police shooting.
Okay,
It was Colin Kaepernick, 70 million views. Okay, so it had 70 million views.
So essentially, you got paid a sign-on bonus, and they paid you more in salary to leave the police and go into the conservative movement. Is that correct?
No, not the conservative movement. They wanted me to be the spokesperson
For what? What would you
of the conservative of an organization called Conservative Tribune.
Okay, it's a conservative organization, bro. Why are you playing semantics here?
You talking about conservative movement? You say I'm going into a conservative movement. Even at the time, I knew nothing about a conservative movement or nothing. I was working on a job as a spokesperson for a Conservative Tribune. I wasn't in a conservative movement. I don't know what you're talking about. You're saying I went from working on a job to a movement.
You was at the ground level of this conservative movement. Because after
you can say that if you want to. I have no idea. I wasn't a part of anything conservative until I got hired.
Tatum, after you got signed on, Candace started bubbling. Y'all both stole a name in Minnesota, the Blexit.
No, that's not true.
Movement.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh man!
Let me walk you through it because you know nothing, bro. You so want to hate us.
How do I not know nothing? I knew you got a sign-on bonus. I knew you got paid a higher
because we talked before. But let me set the record straight because you want to dislike us so bad that you are willing to like be weird. Like this is the thing. I was a police officer. I made videos as a police officer. Never wanted to leave. An organization offered me a great opportunity. I left. I met Candace Owens during that time. We were friends. Then Candace was working with Turning Point. And so I left the organization because they were going to get shut down because of Facebook. So they could no longer retain me. I was going to go back to a police officer or join with Turning Point. So they had an opening position at Turning Point, urban engagement director. I went to Turning Point. Me and Candace worked Turning Point together for over a year. And then we decided to start Blexit in 2018. We started Blexit. I still work for Turning Point. Candace still worked for Turning Point when we started Blexit. Candace then went from Turning Point and she was working with PragerU. I still worked for Turning Point. Then I went to work on my own.
She got fired from Turning Point, number one.
No, she didn't. I worked for. She didn't get fired from Turning Point.
They allow her to
She didn't get fired from Turning Point. I worked there, bro. She left to work for PragerU. What are you talking about?
She didn't make these Hitler comments, and a week after Turning Point left, told her to resign.
Bro, she was Turning Point did not want to let her go. She was probably the biggest fundraiser for Turning Point. What are you talking about?
She went on a campus tour with Charlie Kirk.
Bro, I work for them.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
I didn't see you as much as with Charlie Kirk as Candace.
I work for them. I know Candace and I work for them. She didn't get fired, bro. You don't have that information. Why would you make that up?
So Tatum, why would she ironically leave after she made these Hitler comments? Turning Point condemned her, and all of a sudden she's no longer with them.
Bruh, first of all, you know you don't have no information on that. I don't know why you are making up stuff. I work there.
Now, bro, I'm not the first one to make this argument.
Bro, I could be a million. If you had a lot of money, I could be a millionaire off of these bets you're gonna lose. Bro, I was there.
$6,000. I was betting $6,000. You don't even want to bet $6,000.
Because I know you ain't finna pay me, bro. You finna be in debt, bro. You finna have to put that on a credit card. Right. Listen. I don't know. What I'm trying to understand is that why would you make up something you don't have that information? Candace was never fired. She left Turning Point to work for Prager. After she left, she has spoken at every Turning Point event since then. If they fired her, bro, she would never speak at a Turning Point event for. She speak at every single Turning Point event. When she left, she spoke at the very next Turning Point event, and she's been speaking there every event since then. She hasn't missed since she worked there, and she hasn't missed since she's been with Prager or Daily Wire. What you were just making up stuff, bro. She had a better opportunity working for Prager.
A quick Google. First, First thing I read, Candace Owens resigns from Turning Point after calls for her to be fired.
Bro, that's who wrote that?
I know
Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Who wrote that? She resigned to go where? She resigned and did what? Quit? She resigned to work for PragerU. What are you saying?
Second, Candace Owens quits after members demand that she resign.
Bro,
I'm going to the third one. I'm going to go to the third one. See, this is what I'm talking about. Candace Owens
but you get your information from people writing articles. I'm telling you what I know. I worked there.
Bro,
I was there.
She just happened to resign after she made this controversial statements about Hitler.
Bro, use your brain. No. Use your brain. Use your brain. Just say that she resigned because of this. She speaks at every event, never missed a single event for Turning Point. If they fired her because of her comments, why would they have her speak at universities and speak at every major event all the time?
I haven't seen Candace at no university recently.
Because she's too busy. But she speak at all of their events. She speak at every Turning Point event.
Man, this guy, man. Come on,
she
man.
Speak at every Turning Point
you just told
event.
me she had everyone. Now you just said she's busy.
I said every Turning Point event, not the universities. That's different. I said every Turning Point event. The universities are a different thing. But you would know that because you just talking, bruh.
I know.
I worked there.
See,
I know Candace.
Your followers, they don't fact check you. They blindly follow you.
I worked there.
This is why.
I worked there. And she's been speaking at every event. If they fired her for calls because they couldn't associate it with her, she wouldn't speak at every event. What are you talking about, bro? You making it up. Why do you hate Candace and me so much that you want to make up stuff, bro? She moved to a better opportunity to work with PragerU. I still work there. I left to be an entrepreneur and do it on my own. I still speak at all the Turning Point events. We both speak at Turning Point events. What are you talking about? I just went to 3 universities this month.
Tatum, you're just making stuff up, bro.
What am I making up? What am I making up?
You've been making up stuff all the way from the very beginning of this conversation.
You're insufferable.
I don't know.
He's insufferable.
What am I making up? What am I making up?
Tell Corinne to say hello.
What am I making up?
What do you say?
Tell Corinne to say hello.
Well, hello.
My wife says hello, Corinne. She see you guys on her page.
What am
I haven't looked at your wife's page in, I don't know, a year.
So you see you guys. I've never looked at your white page. But anyway, you said I'm making up stuff. You have no evidence, brother. Why don't you just sit back and say,
you want beyond reasonable doubt proof. You can't tell me she did. At the very least, she got pressured to leave Turning Point. You telling me?
Bro, hold on. Let me just speak. Let me just give you some common sense here.
So
Candace Owens was the best thing, one of the best things, other than Charlie, to happen to Turning Point USA. With the amount of support that Turning Point got because of Candace, they would never let her go. She left for a better opportunity.
Tatum, y'all had members under Candace Owens' watch. Y'all had members going out and spewing white power racial slurs. Under her watch.
Like what? Vote for Donald Trump?
No. White power racial slurs.
What's racist?
See, Tatum, no. I know you don't want to defend that. I know.
What members? What are you talking about? I was there. I was there the whole time Candace was there. What are you talking about?
Are you telling me no members have spewed racial slurs that went publicly? Like y'all had a very problematic history hiring people that became members that was making a lot of racial slurs that went viral. This is under you and Candace watch.
No, how many people you said made a racial slur?
Oh, now you know what I'm talking about now.
I really don't know what you're talking about, but you bring it up. Who did it? Who are you talking about?
Hold up. You're in front of Corinne. You want to bet a dinner on it? Let's bet.
He already down $3,000. He told me I didn't make more. I told him I made. He said, you're getting paid $250,000 for Blexit annually. I said, I get paid $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
And he bet me $3,000 and I don't get paid that. So he already $3,000 in debt.
Well, that's public record.
It's public record. You can look at it. And I didn't even get paid for Turning Point. I mean, for Blexit. I don't know for how many years.
No.
I think
Tatum.
What, this year or something?
Tatum, what's the second bet to that? I said double up on it. You didn't want to take that bet.
I don't even remember, bro, because I know you can't pay me.
I know. The third.
I know your wife ain't sitting back there listening to you take this L on that money.
Tatum,
Is your wife in the background? Like my wife is right here?
I'm about to take my wife to dinner.
I hope your wife ain't listen to you because you gonna owe me $3,000 and she gonna be very upset with you over that.
No, the bet is $6,000.
My wife is laughing. My wife is laughing because we finna get $3,000 more, and I'm gonna take her out to eat.
If I find a video of you and Candace talking about politics under the Blexit umbrella, that's another $3,000.
But bro, your articulation of politics is very skewed. If we talk about conservative values,
now we're stuttering now.
Okay, what else? What's next, bro? Then we got to move on because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why, Mitch. You can't say what do we agree with, and we may do things differently. We may see things differently, but we agree on a mission. I don't know why you can't get to that point. I don't care. I never thought one thing about what you do. We do things in good faith. Our organization is legally bound to behave a certain way. That's why we're still an organization. We can't talk about Republican, Democrat, or we would have been gone a long time. We'd have lost our 501c3 status a long time ago. We're very strict about what we talk about when we are at our official events. Me and Candace on our own personal thing, we can speak whatever we want. That's why my website don't say Blexit Brandon Tatum. Blexit is separate from my personal endeavors. I am just a co-founder. I'm also an owner of many other companies, sir. I don't know what your argument is.
You're trying to separate yourself from all of this, Tatum. It's all interconnected. That's why you don't want to take the bet. You do.
Well, if it was interconnected, then Blexit would lose its 501c3 status.
To be a politician and have the 501c3.
What? If it was interconnected, Blexit would not exist because Candace and I talk about politics all the time in our personal life.
First of all, it should be. You should lose your 501c3 standing simply because you guys are not in the urban minority communities.
Report us then, since you're right. Report us.
Hey, man, I'm not going to sit there and report you.
Oh, okay. We in the urban areas. You say we not. Report us if we're not.
But they are.
We are. Go look at all you got to do is look at the chapters and look at all the pictures that they post.
Man. So this is my final position because I'm going to let you go. My final position is this, bro. Blexit, I think, is harmful. I think it's a detriment to the black community. I don't see you guys in these communities.
You saying we ain't even in the black community. So how are we detriment to the black community and we ain't in the black community?
Because you're talking about it publicly, but you're not actually.
You said we or Blexit? What are you talking about? Me and Candace or Blexit? What are you talking about? All
three of you guys. All three. Blexit.
Name somewhere where we're talking bad about the black community on Blexit, on their website, on social media.
We already got a bet. We got a $3,000 bet for that. Don't worry about that. $6,000.
Does your wife know that? I need her to wave her hand in the camera to confirm that she know her man is going to lose money.
First of all, I make all the decisions in my household.
Okay.
Well, I make the final decision in my household, but my wife ain't going to let me make no dumb final decision. So she has input. My wife would never let me bet something and lose money to somebody. I wouldn't bet you if I wasn't right.
The stock market, maybe, but not that.
Yeah, I messed the stock market up, but not you.
Do we have a $6,000 bet or what?
We could do that $3,000 bet because that's verifiable.
You don't want to bet the second part of this.
Because it's not verifiable, bro. You want to say because we say conservative or liberal that's politics, and it's not. Your interpretation is wrong. But I can prove to you that I make X amount from Blexit. It's public record. I can prove it to you, and you can pay me that money. And that's verifiable. That's impartial.
Bro, I'm asking you. I take that bet, and I take the second bet. Make it 6,000.
Bro, your second bet should be based on. If you report Blexit to lose our 501c3 status and we lose it, then you're right that we are pushing political agendas. If we still have a 501c3 status and that proves that we're not violating our 501c3 structure, that means that we're not pushing the political side and that you will lose the bet right there off top. We can't talk about politics with a 501c3 status. We have lawyers who comb through what we do to make sure we don't lose our 501c3 status. And we have that because we don't do what you're saying.
So it sounds like you don't want to commit publicly. I've seen information behind the scenes. If you want to commit to the bet, you can let me know.
Let's do that $3,000 one. Let's do that. That's public record. People can look that up themselves. They don't even have to wait.
I appreciate you bringing me on because it's not easy. I'll give you that. Somebody calling you out publicly saying that you're corrupted, that you're disingenuous to the community.
I'm gonna give my wife a Birkin bag with your $3,000.
Is that $3K gonna get me that new Balenciaga bag, or is it gonna?
How much is the Balenciaga bag?
Like 25.
I'm gonna buy my wife a Balenciaga bag with that $3,000 you're gonna pay me.
Well, we're gonna give it to the beauty center.
I'm gonna buy my wife. I'm gonna waste your money on materialistic things because
you can buy 2. Take the second bet, bro. I want to give you my money.
let's take the first one first. Let's do the first. You want to take the first one?
That's what I'm talking about. I know.
You want to do your first bet?
2 bets. Let's
I
go.
need to see my wife is here to verify. Tell your wife to wave her hand in there and know that you're taking a $3,000 loss.
We got 450 people here. They're all going to verify. Hold me accountable. We got 2 bets. $6,000.
What's the first bet? Where did he say you make $250?
He bet me that I made $250,000 salary from Lexington.
Well, he could have looked that up, so that was dumb. What's the second bet?
He said me and Candace made $250,000. I said I make $3,000 a month, and which I don't even have to tell you that, but I'll tell you anyway because I'm honest.
Public record. What's the second bet?
The second bet is that Candace Owens and I talk about political stuff at Blexit events.
Well, that's semantics because what's political? Is it political or is it conservative values? So no, that's not a black and white.
We clearly don't talk about political things, or we will lose our 501c3 status.
Tatum, I will show you a video where you clearly said Democrats and Republicans.
You got to look it up because you definitely ain't
telling his testimony.
Yeah, listen. You don't want to do the first bet because
bro. Come on, man. Just take the bet, man. Let's man
you
up.
You don't want to do the first bet because it's public record and anybody can find this out, and you're going to take a huge L. You want to do the second one because you want to argue semantics. If I tell my testimony, that's different than pushing a political agenda or pushing one political party over the other. People that come to our events can also
advocate for the Republican Party.
My personal life? Well, actually, I don't. I mean, I advocate for conservative values even in my personal life.
I don't even know that you're a registered Republican right now.
So,
hey, man, I appreciate you bringing me up. Very entertaining.
I need your wife to confirm before I do a bet with you on anything.
Where y'all going to dinner?
Well, I can't tell you where I'm going to dinner. You know, you might have.
He's going to Outback because he's finna owe me some money. I
don't even know where he lives.
We're not gonna tell you. You gotta tell what.
I wondered what kind of restaurant you take us for dinner.
We eat pretty well, Tatum. You know,
I know you do. You're a banker and your wife is a business owner. And no offense, but I don't know how your wife deal with you on a day-to-day basis. Maybe you don't argue with her like you argue with me. You are insufferable to argue with.
Your followers are uneducated, and you dog whistle.
Dog whistle. He said a dog whistle to the white people.
You dog whistle a lot, and you don't add full context. So again, if you want to have part 2 again, we can.
No,
bro. We did like 3 hours.
You missed quality time.
Y'all have a good dinner. Your wife needs to verify this loss of revenue that she gonna see out of y'all bank account.
Are you gonna DM him on your Venmo?
Huh?
Are you gonna DM him your Venmo?
My Venmo?
Yeah, your PayPal.
Oh, for him to pay it?
Yeah, I want that bag.
He's not gonna pay it, man. That's a lot to ask for $3,000. He was real arrogant and thinking that he was right.
Of course.
He must have misread something because he's wrong. Because that check comes to my bank account every month, and that check is donated every month. But I'll leave that. There's no here nor there.
I appreciate it. Thank you for bringing me up. I appreciate you letting me take you to task, bro. You got to keep it real with the black community, bro.
All right, bro. Don't get your wife mad at you, man. So y'all go eat. All right.
Wait, don't hang up on the live yet.
Don't hang up. Wow.
Because I gotta show my shirt. Show him my shirt. Flip it around so it's the right.
I can't.
Don't do it. Selfie mug because it's back.
Can't.
Hold on. Show him the shirt.
My wife. Hold on. How do I flip it? How do I flip it? All right.
Flip it.
She crazy. Come closer, baby.
You gotta show them the shirt and where they can buy it.
Okay. Anti-Marxist Social Club.
I got
my
two
wife
compliments on it today.
My wife, where you had it? My wife got a lot of cool merch at her store, SoKoreanStore.com. SoKoreanStore.com.
Look even better holding that new bag that he's got.
This video is right there. He ain't finna pay me nothing. I knew you get paid $250,000. No, I don't, bro. You know, I don't even know why he just saying Candace got fired from Blexit. I mean, from Turning Point. You know, some people just hate you so much they want to be right. But baby, you wasn't here. We had a whole conversation about Ahmaud Arbery
I've been calling you and texting you, and Joy said you're on live, and I'm like, he's not on live. He's not on live. He's on live.
Why did you not say I was on live?
Because either Mitch blocked me or I blocked Mitch, so I couldn't see that you were live. I went live on YouTube.
That's crazy. Why don't you not see me if he blocked you? I didn't block you.
I know, but I can't see anything you're doing. So it would cancel
out the live. That's dumb. How could you not
I had to go into my personal account to see that you were live.
Yeah, that's weird.
You ignored my calls, my messages. You
Want to make a bet. Somebody said want to make a bet. Nobody hates you, bro. You just wrong. It's weird.